Hello, everybody. Today we're just going to be playing some mini golf in golf with your friends. Or in my case, golf without your friends because, you see, I have no friends. That's why I make videos on the internet. But you know what? You all are my friends, actually. I want every parasocial relationship I can get my hands on. And by watching this video, I have now honed in on your IP address. I know where you live. And I will be sending a letter to your house so that we can become pen pals. So I look forward to our correspondence. Golf with your friends is, it's completely self-explanatory. It's just mini golf. Which I always liked mini golf as a kid. We had a Revolutionary America themed mini golf course where I lived growing up. And it was kind of silly. You're like going around old muskets and farmhouses and stuff. I can't remember the name of it, the name of the place. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. We'd go there for birthday parties and stuff. And I think I went there for like a school trip one time. I've gone mini golfing, I don't know, maybe 10 to 20 times in my life. That might be shooting a little high, but anyway, I think it's super fun. And even as an adult, not that I've gone in I think 6 years ago was the last time that I went mini golfing. But it's a good time, fun for the whole family. So, golf with your friends. I have completed par on all of these courses. My friends and I went through a phase where I don't have any friends. My imaginary friends. We played through this game. We did kind of a phase where we played a bunch of this together. And we would all work on getting par. It's a good time, and you can turn on sort of chaotic settings like ball collision and, item drops and stuff like that. There's some really dumb stuff too where you can change the shape of your ball. And so, you can turn people into cubes or cones. And yo, right in the treasure chest. That's a hole in one, baby. Hole in one. So anyway, I say that to say that I'm kind of familiar with these courses. And, oh, nice shot. Oh, but didn't quite get in the divot. So I think for some of these, muscle memory is just kicking back in. I think it was like 2 years ago or something that we kind of got into this. But yeah, we will just play through a handful of courses here and chat as we do so. Oh, and you know what? It's that time again. It's that time again. Beard scratching. It's that beard scratching time. The beard scratching fairy has visited your home today. Forward this email to 10 friends for 50 years of beard scratching ASMR. You remember those, like, threatening email chains where it was, forward this email to 10 people, or, the girl from The Grudge is gonna, like, crawl up into your bed tonight. Those were good times. And, I remember as a little kid, I don't know, little kid, probably like middle school or something, I always thought it was very funny to imagine if you, this was an early joke that I thought of myself. I was very proud of this joke. I would say something like, imagine, I'm gonna, not forward like 50 of those emails, and then tonight when I go to bed, there's gonna be like a battle royale in my room, for as all these various monsters and creatures and stuff come to compete over who's gonna kill me. I thought it was very funny at the time. So this course is pretty easy. Just kind of a low stress, easy par. They give lots of room for mistakes. On the par for each course, or for each hole rather. So it's a good one if you just want a nice, casual kind of feel good about yourself getting par. I think there's a golf with your friends too coming out sometime. But this game was developed by Team 17, I believe. And Team 17, they have a long history in my life because one of the earlier games that I remember playing a bunch with my brothers was Worms World Party. Worms World Party. And Worms was a game where you played as a team of worms, and the worms had like bazookas and machine guns and flamethrowers and stuff. And it was a turn-based game. And oh yeah, I remember this one. I botched this hole pretty badly. So don't watch if you don't want to have second-hand humiliation. yeah, Worms was a really good time. I have a lot of love for that game when I think back on it. You were on this two-dimensional battlefield scattered around, and the terrain you could deform. So if an explosive hit the terrain, it would carve out a circle in the terrain. And you could do things like blowtorch your way into the terrain, build tunnels and things like that. And they just had a ton of equipment and weapons and fun interactions that you could do. The ninja rope in particular, I remember. Ninja rope was sort of like a grappling hook. You could shoot it somewhere and it would impale itself in the surface. And then you could use your arrow keys to kind of pull yourself up the ninja rope or lower yourself down and swing left and right. And so you could do some pretty crazy maneuvers if you could work the physics properly. Yo, not bad. I will try to look around the map a little bit to show some of the environmental details. But this is really more of just a casual play session than sort of an exploration type video. I don't know if this sounds good. This sounds really good to me in my headphones right now. Kind of scratching over on my jawline. There's sort of like a bassy note. I find that very relaxing. But I can't quite tell if that is from my headphones or just in my skull. If that's being picked up in the microphone or not. That sounds reminded me, I recently watched a video and they did some like clavicle tapping, I think. And I will admit, I think I maybe have a bit of an unfair bias when I see sort of body-based triggers in video names. I'm like, are you doing a kind of like a softcore ASMR thing, if you know, which is fine. I genuinely, I don't care, whatever people like is fine, but that's not really what I'm looking for when I'm trying to relax. But the clavicle tapping was actually like super relaxing to me. It was very, yeah, just had this kind of nice thudding, bassy quality to it. And that's coming to mind just because this sort of bassy, bony quality of scratching my jaw here. This just reminded me a little bit of that sound. Anyway, I shouldn't do this for the whole video, but I think I've talked before sometimes when I'm doing traditional triggery type sounds, I kind of lull myself into hypnosis or something while I'm recording because I have, you know, my nice headphones on and the audio being fed back, and so it's just kind of getting that nice ASMR quality, which I guess is a good thing maybe. It's like, well, if I can enjoy it. Also at this point in the recording, I had to go run and take care of an emergency, and the timer kept ticking, and so when I came back, I was like finished with the course. So I had to replay the earlier holes to get back to where I was. So all of my scores will suddenly have changed there. And that is the explanation as to why. Yeah. Anyway. Get the, go back to the bulk of the beard here. Switch a little bit. I like the bassiness, but we can't just stay on one trigger the whole video, right? Alright, I've got my eyes on this side passage here, but not quite enough juice, and also kind of shot out to the left, so I need to adjust the angle there and just go full power. almost went out of the course there. Sometimes you feel a little scammed by the pre-made paths that the developers put in this game. You get on like a speed booster track or something, and then it just shoots you out of the course at the end. It kills you. I do remember this course being kind of hard to get par on, I think, if I remember right. Not that I'm definitely not getting anywhere near it with my current strokes. My stroke game is weak, I'm sorry to say. Snow Monkey stroke game confirmed weak. You hear that, Snow Monkey lover? You gotta find somebody else to love. I've got a weak stroke game, I'm just gonna disappoint you. Like right there, I got in the tube and it killed me. Scammed. For those of you who don't know, there is a commenter by the name of Snow Monkey Lover who comments on my videos. And it is to him that previous comment was addressed. Not to a sort of generic, unnamed lover of Snow Monkey, of which I'm sure there are many. We've got an Audrey 2 there. Or perhaps an Audrey 3 as the case may be. Oh, that was a bit of a chaotic ride there. Alright. Shall we ease off of the beard scratching here? I think that was a good, 10-15 minutes of that. Not so bad. Not so bad. And it's not so bad. It's not so bad. You know what I'm talking about. And I just want to thank you for giving me the best day of my life. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was a brutal fall. It's always really painful when the ball is just slightly creeping its way to an edge. You know you're screwed. 5 strokes. That is like, a triple bogey. I don't know, is there even a term for that? For going 3 strokes over. You have bogey and double bogey, right? I don't know if there's a name for going 3 strokes over. Let's see, the ones for going under. I should know this, I just played a bunch of this game. It's birdie, eagle, and then albatross, right? Birdie, eagle, albatross. That sounds right. Oh, that club. this maneuver. Boom bop bim bop boom bop bam. The type of shit I'm on you wouldn't understand. Alright, we did not complete all 3 holes in 1 stroke, so we are now guaranteed to not get par on this map. But we got a birdie there, so that's sort of a moral victory, right? That's fun. I gotta hop over this big block. And I could have gotten a bit more juice there. Probably knocked myself down the ramp. But that's alright. We will take the long way down. Take the long way home. Take the long way home. Any Supertramp fans out there? I'm making a lot of music references in the past, like, minute and a half. What's that about? I got music on the brain, I guess. Alright, we are on hole 18. We have a giant gingerbread man. And he was a trick, he was a trap. Do not go full power there. Need to squeak in between his legs, so there we go. And then, oh my god, it killed me. I forgot about that. That's a scam, bro. It's a scam. Oh my god, that was a joke too. The terrain is not being kind here. I did think about trying to bounce off of that drum, but I thought we were so close that it might not. Oh, damn. I'm getting killed on this last hole. I thought we might be too close and it wouldn't work. Yeah, as I recall, this will not be the last moment of great pain that I have in these courses today. I believe I have some 14-stroke holes later on, which is the score you get for not finishing. So, let's see. Where are we going next? We are going to the Escapists next. The Escapists, which I assume is another Team 17 game. They do have a Worms map in this game, not that I think about it, but I didn't play it today. But maybe we can come back for some more golf at a later time. And, oh baby, I totally screwed myself out of that hole-in-one, but the ricochet just treated me so nice. And not quite enough juice there, but we can finish on par. That's not bad. So, this course is kind of fun. Narratively, you're basically like going on the path of escaping prisoners. So, as we cruise around, maybe I'll comment on what we're doing. We started out in the yard, and then we came inside, and now we just went through a vent into a cell. And here we are in the mess hall with our plates of green mush. Kind of reminiscent of the green frosting from Troll 2. Green frosting from Troll 2. Do you people know Troll 2? Are you aware of famously bad movies? I learned about Troll 2 because my oldest brother, he and his friends, they discovered Troll 2 somehow, and they watched it in our house, and so I saw it back then. And we have kind of a family joke, because one night we had a party at the house, and the party, was getting late, and I don't remember if, I'm pretty sure my brother just thought it'd be funny to put the movie on. I don't think it was like an intentional let's get the guests out strategy, but my brother puts the movie on, and within like 20 minutes, all of the party guests have left. So my family has a joke now that if you're ever hosting a party and you want your house back, you can just put on Troll 2 and the place will clear out. But Troll 2, if you're unfamiliar, is it's a movie about a family that goes to this town called Nilbog, and the people in the town are, they're all friendly, and then oh man, it's been a long time since I've seen it, and I'm trying to figure out how all the pieces fit together. Anyway, at one point in the movie, just to explain the green goo reference from earlier, at one point in the movie, the family have been offered a feast from their new neighbors, and it's this array of food like meat and corn cobs and burgers and all this stuff, but everything has a green frosting like smeared on it, and the kid, oh my god, I'm trying to I think the grandpa has the power to stop time, and so he stops time, and he tells the little kid, don't let your family eat the green goo. You have to find a way to stop them. And the kid has 5 seconds, and he's like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And so he gets up on the table while time is frozen, and pees all over the food. And then the dad takes him upstairs and throws him in his room, grounds him, and he's like, you don't piss on hospitality. And then he starts starts undoing his belt. And the kid is like, "No, Dad, are you gonna hit me?" And the dad goes, "No, I'm tightening my belt, and your mother and sister are gonna have to do the same." Oh no, he says, "I'm tightening my belt to stave off hunger pains, and your mother and sister are gonna have to do the same." Anyway, it's really funny. It's one of the most, famous, or just, it's one of the classic, terrible movies that are so bad that they're actually, like, really entertaining to watch. And I believe the name Troll 2, there was a movie called Troll, which I have also seen, and it's pretty bad, but also somewhat entertaining. And I believe the makers of Troll 2 had no affiliation with Troll 1. They just named their movie that to try to, snag some of the publicity, or, ape off of that, off of Troll 1's clout, such as it had. The funny thing about Troll 2 is also that it's not about trolls, they're goblins. Which of course leads to one of the classic lines in the film. And because the town is called Nilbog, the kid goes, "Oh, Nilbog, it's goblin spelled backwards." Which is, of course, quite a revelation. There's also a very classic scene where a woman seduces a man by, I think, pulling a cob of corn out of her, I don't know if it's out of her bra or out of her dress, let's just say out of her cleavage, and she's like, "Want some corn?" And then I think they're like both biting on the corn cob together or something. And then popping corn, or corn starts popping in the little trailer, and it's soon like filling up with popcorn. And then I think the guy dies. I forget, I think she might like kill him there or something, I forget exactly. Oh, you know what? I think maybe that's the guy that gets taken into the house to be like turned into a plant, right? Because then the other guy goes, "They're eating him, and then they're going to eat me. Oh my God." Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop talking about this. If you haven't seen the movie, or just like, shut up. Oh, I'm sorry, no more Troll 2 talk. But I do highly recommend that you check the movie out. I am screwing myself here so much. I'll tell you, sometimes you should just take the setup shot instead of going for the crazy ricochet. And also, I'm not a billiards player, okay? I don't have the angles, I don't see the trajectory so perfectly. Oh, yo, check out this move. We bounce off that, we bounce again, and there we go. That was some pretty phenomenal play, right? Anyway, we have now followed the escape route into the sewers. We were briefly recaptured, but that's no concern. make a fool of myself instead. How about that? Cash me outside. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Cash me outside. How about that? What's that girl's name? I can't remember. I was going to say something, but then I wasn't sure if it was, you know what, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to say, let's just move on. So we are on our final hole here of the Escapists course. Ooh, not good, not good. I will take the safe setup shot here so that we don't mess that up again. I was trying to just take a setup shot before as well, but just went a little too far. Escape, here we are. Freedom. Our freedom. We just fire our way up. And one more stroke should do it. Look at that. A double bogey to finish off the course. And we finished exactly on par. Alright. Well, I think we have time for one more course. So we will tackle Olympus Odyssey, which, as you can see, is kind of a Greek god, Mount Olympus sort of themed course here. Big yawn. Big yawn. Alright. Yeah, let's reset. Let's reset on the chatting here, okay? Bouncing around from nonsense topic to nonsense topic. Think of something interesting to say. Think of something interesting to say. You know what? All of my rambling topics have been so stupid today. So why don't we just try some trigger words instead? Some trigger words instead. Given what we're up to, perhaps we can try out some golf-themed trigger words. So let's say butter, 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 stroke, 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 nine iron. I don't know. None of these golf-themed trigger words are hitting very well for me right now. They're missing some kind of sauce. A flag, hole, green. A flag, hole, green, 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 crazy. I actually convinced myself watching that I was misremembering, but that was nuts. I made it onto the damn boat. Anyway, back to the trigger words. Green, 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 Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure this one goes really badly for me as well. I think I embarrass myself pretty badly here. The crazy thing is, I'm pretty sure I still get bored by the end of this course. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out together. Okay. That was actually not bad. It's just a double bogey. It was worse in my memory than it was in reality. Boom. Also, do you like the reindeer on my head? Do you like the reindeer on my head? Reindeer, 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 reindeer. Somebody's stomping around up the stairs. Somebody's stomping around up the stairs. Vasen, urn, Grecian, urn, Grecian, urn, Grecian, urn, urn. Ode on a Grecian urn. Y'all ever read your Keats? What's he say at the end of that one? Truth is beauty. Beauty is truth. And that is all you need to know. crazy bounce. That was a crazy bounce. You're supposed to bounce off of the lid of the urn. Had a lot of bounce there. That's a hole-in-one, baby. That is a hole-in-one. And this is how we claw back our par score. This is how we claw it back, folks. I was zoning out at that point, and I was not paying attention to the fact that I had to jump. We have a gingerbread man Zeus there. Gingerbread man Zeus. Is that what Zeus really looks like? I don't know. I only know Greek mythology from Percy Jackson, you know. No, Homer was actually putting out some bangers, though. The Iliad, that is good stuff. Good stuff. I love the taunts that the Greeks are using, you know, at each other in those, in Homer. They're very, visceral, you know, on the battlefield and stuff. Or, who's the king? Menelaus, right? For the Iliad. Or am I tripping? Is Menelaus? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've thought about Greek mythology / history. Menelaus, husband of Helen. That sounds like 90% right, but there's 10% of my brain that's saying you're wrong. Anyway, regardless, I'm just thinking about one, early on in the Iliad, this part has always stuck out to me for some reason, where the soothsayer, you know, says, you have to make the sacrifice to the gods because they're not happy with, you know, how you've handled, something. When it was the crime, he, took a woman he wasn't supposed to take or something. Anyway, the soothsayer is like, the gods are angry at you. And I just remember him getting so angry. And he's like, soothsayer, never a word of comfort do you provide, you know. Your prophecies are never good. Aren't your prophecies supposed to be good for your king? I always just loved that moment, that idea, this king getting angry at his magic man, you know. Anyway, we are back on par here, and so we have a good chance at actually completing this course under par. And spoilers, we get a hole-in-one here, so we should be okay. There we go. That's the hole-in-one. figure we can just relax and take in the sights of this calming little village here with its nice windmill, these cozy cottages, the fireplace burning, the chimneys smoking. It looks very nice